Hey, Backlog Kids, and today, we're going to take a look at something different. That's right folks, today we're leaving Mecha City to take a look at this Digimon. But not just any Digimon, but the Digimon. Introducing the figurized standard amplified Omegamon X-Antibody from the Digimon X Evolution movie. Well, some of you might know him as Omnimon X. Haven't been keeping up with Digimon since I've been a kid, but just wow. If you thought he was cool back then, look at him now. Talk about a glow up. Apparently, this Omnimon has the X-Antibody, which then caused him the Digivolve to Omnimon X, which gave his armor a spikier and more elaborate design. Then, Bandai turned it up to 11 and amplified the design to make it even more spikier and even more elaborate. If you're not familiar, the figurized standard line is Bandai's model kit line, mainly for the non-mecha characters from shows such as Kamen Rider, Dragon Ball, and also some characters from the Gundam series. However, when you put amplified in the name, you get these more awesome redesigned kits like this video over here. But it's only been applied to the Digimon franchise and Batman for some reason. Yes, that's right, there is a figurized amplified Batman. It's fairly recent too. Not sure if I want one though. Wonder if they'll make an Iron Man one. And before we roll the title card, we'd also want to let you know that we started a Patreon. So if you like what we're doing and want to support us in making more videos on our plastic crack addiction, head on over to our Patreon link down below. Anyways, let's check out our Spiky Boy. So here it is, straight out of the box, and look at how awesome this design is. Definitely a more stylized take on the original design of the Omegamon X. And looking at the details of the mold, there's definitely a lot of detail painting opportunities here and there. It really makes the overall aesthetic of this Omegamon a bit more mecha-like, and gives off a sort of nightmare frame vibe from Code Geass due to its proportions. The design guy for the kit probably asked Bandai how pointy do you want this kit to turn out. And Bandai, well, you know the meme. And you know what? They really are pointy, which is kinda off since Bandai likes to put safety flags or have chamfered edges on their model kits. But this kit? Things I do for the views. Okay, you can do this. You can do this, Backlog Kids. Yeah, we'd recommend to keep this where kids couldn't reach it. Don't want them to poke their eyes out. In terms of the colors, it will have your classic Omegamon colors, being primarily white with yellow and lavender accent colors. The yellow will be on the pale side, which really looks nice in person, though I could see people painting these parts gold instead. I especially like it applied to the Wargreymon head, as it just looks so nice. The Brave shield will have bright maroon colors along the edges, and has a clear part in the middle. Though I haven't attached it yet, in case I decide to paint this guy. A bit disappointed that the clear part didn't come in blue-green color like the one in the chest and knees. Those clear parts look great by the way, as Bandai included some nice reflective foil stickers to put behind the parts, so they'd look amazing when you shine a light on them. Oh, speaking of those clear parts, apparently those are called asthma green in Digimon lore, which I just found ironic since the antibody just gave him asthma. Okay, moving on to the Metal Garurumon side of things, it will have a more bluish hue than the lavender accent parts, and will have the same color maroon that the Brave Shield has for the nose. There will be a warm gray part for the jaw of the Metal Garurumon head, which is the same color used for the horns and the gray sword for the Wargreymon arm. The barrel of the Garuru cannon will come in this nice deep black plastic, which is also used for the sort of inner frame parts of the kit. Absolutely love the design of the cannon, by the way, just as much as I love the design of the cape. It will have your typical gold injection plastic for the sort of stems and the maroon plastic for the let's say attachment point. Yeah, but let's go with that. And as you probably noticed, the part that's supposed to emulate the cloth is in this nice new thin plastic that Bandai just started using, which are made of PET plastic. Let's check that out more when we get to the accessory section. So all in all, the color separation is fantastic for this kit, as you have seen. Notable parts that I found really interesting are in the thighs and feet section. I mean, look at that white and yellow division. Super nice. And the chest, where you can see there are various colors that are all individual plastic. By the way, the eyes will be in the lavender plastic like the chin, but as you can see, they've included the foil stickers so you don't have to paint the eye. I did mention that this kit does have a great color separation, but it will need you to apply foil stickers to some parts so it could be similar to the official promo renders to make it a very glowy boy. But even with all of it applied, you'll still need to add some detail paintings if you want it to look completely like the official redesign. I would say that the green foil stickers are just a nice cherry on top to an already fantastic design. Since if you compare this to the original Omegamon X artwork, it doesn't really have that much of a crystalline green color. So yeah, overall the design of this kit is really fantastic out of the box, and with a bit more effort, you'll end up with an even more gorgeous looking kit. Looking at the accessories, you'll find that everything you need is already attached. Let's start off with the cape, which is attached to the bag through the hard point in the middle. So this cape is made of the usual Bandai model kit plastic, and these thin PET plastics that kind of remind me of the plastic folders that you can buy at the stationery. What's interesting is that these plastics came in the box with a sort of sticker sheet, but the adhesive is in the sheet instead, which is neat. I've got to admit that these are really cool and a clever way of implementing the cape rather than giving it a lousy piece of cloth. Well, not all kits have bad capes like this Get a Robo Devolution kit that has some sort of wire running through sections of the cape, making it poseable. Drop a comment below if you'd like to see a review of this bad boy. Anyways, the PET has different designs on each side, with one side having red and the other white. What's cool is that both sides have this cool looking embroidery and isn't just printed in straight out solid colors. The cape is in two layers, one is the main cape, and the second layer are these two sort of binders that enable this cape to emulate a flowing cloth. It's going to have a nice articulation, and you can pick from two sockets to mount the second layer cape. I'd suggest handling this with care though, as you don't want to crumple your PET cape. This cape makes the kit back heavy by the way, but let's not risk damaging the cape by letting it stumble. Next, let's take a look at the Wargreymon arm, which has the grey sword. Can we just stop for a while and admire the design of that Wargreymon helmet? Man, I love that chunky silhouette. And look at that shield. I like how they turned the shape into a classic shield shape instead of the hexagon. The blade of the grey sword can be detached, which leaves you with the head that can open its mouth. Looking at the blade, you'll see inside another PET plastic that has this cool print of the All Delete Digimon runes thing, which enable the sword to delete anything it touches. I think. Because you know, their data and stuff. I guess. The PET does have an alternate design on the other side, but this one looks cooler. Let's now check out the Garuru cannon on the other side, and what's awesome is the cannon can also detach from the metal Garurumon head to recreate the sheathed cannon. Pretty awesome of Bandai for implementing that gimmick on this kit. I gotta say, the design of the metal Garurumon arm looks great, especially the cannon. You gotta love how detailed this kit is, it just looks so premium. Though, if both arms have their respective weapons sheathed, the proportions on them really doesn't match up. Looks like he's got short arms and it kinda looks ridiculous. Another thing to note about this kit is that it comes with different adapter parts that you can use to equip the accessories of the other amplified Digimon kits, as illustrated in the manual. Well, since this is my only Digimon kit, I can't really show you anything. But here it is in the manual. Oh, this does have an adapter part that you can slot in the behind that connects to an action base. The one here is from the Getter Robo, but your usual action base 4 will do the job. Sucks that my Figma stand can't attach though. So yeah, for the accessories, what you see is what you get and comes with a nice bonus in the form of these adapter parts that you can play around with if you have the other kits from the line. Before we check out the articulation, I'm just gonna let you know that the joint on the torso just flat out broke on me. So that's gonna be a big oof for this kit. I did notice when building this kit that this particular ball joint is stuck in there really tight. So my biggest fear just got realized. For those of you planning to get this kit, I'd recommend cutting off a small section in the socket like I did here so that the ball will have a bit of wiggle room and have less friction. Fortunately, I have super glue and vise handy, so that will have to do for now. If you did break yours, I'd recommend reinforcing them with brass wires or something similar so it holds out. Now that that's settled, let's now check out the articulation starting with the head, which connects to a neck with ball joints on each end so it can look up this far and down like so. It can do a full 360, but be careful as the spikes tend to get in the way. Upper torso is in the ball joint, so should do a side to side and a bit of crunch. The waist can tilt forward and backwards, as well as side to side. It can rotate, but not a whole lot. Shoulders have nice articulations that enable you to move forwards and backwards, as well as upwards and downwards. Arms can move out like so, but the Brave Shield will hinder the War Greymon arm. Shield is on a ball joint. Shoulder armor on the Metal Garurumon can move like so. Bicep swivel over here. But the huge heads kind of make it finicky. Elbows are double jointed, but the orientation of the head dictates how far it can go. Forearm swivel. Nice. Side skirts can move. You can do the splits with the help of these cool joints that tilt the pegs in the legs. A bit of a thigh swivel. Legs can kick all the way front and all the way to the back. Tilt the peg joints for more range. Nice double jointed knees. Ankles can tilt and also has a pivot. Feet can do a 360. And finally, some toenail bends. So yeah, the articulation of this kit is fantastic and it can be posed in most poses you would want to get out of it. However, the design is going to hinder you a bit and you'll find yourself adjusting the points of articulation carefully, since some parts tend to clash with each other, which may test your patience. Especially when handling the cape, as you don't want to accidentally crumple the PET plastic. Basically, excellent articulation but not very fun to handle. And that torso joint we talked about, not a very fun kit to handle at all. Size comparison time, and as you can see, compared to this average HG Gundam, it's almost 2 times bigger. I was really surprised how huge this kit is when I was assembling it, since the only other figurized standard kit we had are the Ultraman B-Type and Kamen Rider ZO, which are around the size of a 6 inches action figure. Even if you compare it with our tall boy narrative over here, it just towers above them. Man, even side by side with this Master Grade H1 Spallow, this guy's huge! Definitely along the height of the taller MGs. This fella will obviously have one hell of a shelf presence due to its size and unique design boosted by that huge plastic cape. Very fitting of one of the more iconic Digimons in the series. So overall, the figurized standard amplified Omegamon X-Antibody is an eye candy of a kit, no doubt about it. Out of the box, you'll get this beautiful representation of one of the most iconic Digimons of the franchise. I would recommend this if you're a Digimon fan, but keep in mind that ball joint in the torso. I can also recommend this to the Chad Mullers out there that like to paint, as this kit has a lot of opportunities for detail painting, which can really bring out how amazing this kit can look. But be careful of that ball joint in the torso. Downside for us posing enthusiasts is that it's just not fun to pose around due to how the parts clash and the overall clunky feeling when handling it. And that ball joint in the torso. It is, however, going to be a bit pricey with a retail price of 5280 yen. But given how huge, poseable, detailed, and well color separated this kit is, I'd say you'd get a kick out of your purchase. But I cannot recommend this wholeheartedly, as this kit is just not fun to handle. And I cannot stress this enough, if you're planning on getting this kit, check that ball joint in the torso while you're building. Make sure it's not jammed in there and cut off a small section in the socket so it fits comfortably in there. Hell, thin down the polycap if you have to. Save yourself the trouble of having a broken peg and make sure it's not tight as hell. Other than that, this kit is definitely a nice display piece on your shelf, display case, or in your desk. Just maybe never touch it ever again. So that's it for the review. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and if you didn't, give it a down, and let us know why in the comment sections. Consider subscribing if you like what we do, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss a video. If you really enjoyed our video and wanted to support our channel's growth, come join our Patreon and help fuel Backlog Kits editor with coffee. Join us again next time for another Backlog Kits review. Oh, you're still here? Thanks for being a champ and staying all the way to the end. If you like this video, but if you're more of a Gundam fan, why not check out our review of the HGGB Gundam Helios and why you might want to pick it up. Over there. Just click it. Play the video. Come on, guys. Backlog Kids.